Hey everyone, my name is Sergey Kurvenko of It's a Thing Imagery, and today I'm going to be talking about my 3 favorite lenses for hiking. So I primarily use Canon's R system. I use the R5, but I also have the R as well. And these 3 lenses are great for that system, but I will also be giving you potential focal lengths that could also fit in your pack just as well, and that are just as amazing for going out for a hike. Firstly, I'm going to be talking about my favorite lens. I bring this with me almost all the time, even if it's just a one lens thing for shooting landscapes. The 15-35 RF 2.8 with image stabilization. Now the amazing thing about this, especially with the image stabilization, the R5 and their IBIS, is that you can shoot, at least I can shoot, up to a quarter second handheld and still get really nice motion blur and sharp images, especially when I'm down at a river. That is huge when I'm shooting landscapes. I don't like having a filter on all the time, so being able to just have this, shoot that low, get my f-stop really high, and shoot handheld is really great. An equivalent to this would be a 16-35. Tamron makes a 17-28, I think, or 35, 2.8 as well. Those are really nice. They're really small, really sharp, really great for landscapes. Now the other lens I'm going to be talking about, and this one I usually only bring with me if I'm hiking with people, either my fiance or a couple friends. This is the 85mm 1.2 RF as well. Now you can also use a 50mm 1.2, 1.4, 1.8. The 1.8 is definitely going to be the least expensive and the smallest form factor, but I really enjoy that buttery bokeh, so I like bringing the 85 1.2. Everybody you hike with, if you ever get a picture of them, they're always ecstatic, especially if it's in like a really nice scenic spot. The 85 1.2 for me is key. I really enjoy shooting portraits, so being able to just have this in my pack on top of my other lenses is really nice. And I can still bring it with me. It's heavy, but 3 lenses isn't too much. Now the other lens that I really enjoy is the 70-200 2.8, the RF one as well. Now the reason this lens is so nice, the RF series has an f4 and this f2.8. It's so small because it zooms, I just locked it. It zooms externally. And so because of that, the form factor is really, really small in comparison to traditional 70-200. The f4 is even smaller. It fits like a 24-105. Telephoto lens like this is really good for landscapes because you can actually like zoom into, let's say I'm hiking up North Island somewhere here on Vancouver Island. I could zoom in onto the mountains, really crop into these excellent shots that you can't otherwise get, because with a wide angle you have like, this is your field of view. You could just kind of do this, maybe zoom in a little bit if you've got like a little, like 15-35. That's all you get, which is really nice, really expansive, but this lets you get into like little key spots, which is so nice, especially for landscape photography. I think having a telephoto on you is a must. So these 3 lenses for me are amazing to bring hiking. Like I said, this one you might not need, but I still enjoy it, so it hasn't been a big deal for me. Now, there's 2 other things that I usually bring with me. Fall, winter, and spring, having a good set of gloves is going to be amazing. Now, I collaborated over the summer with Gear Top they had a sun hat that they wanted me to review. So I did a review on my Instagram, and I'll put that up right here. And they also sent me a pair of gloves. So these gloves are really nice, not only for hiking, but also for any urban adventures, because they're really visible. They've got this reflective strip. So if you're shooting at night, any more visibility you can get, the better. And they're really nice and warm. So I'm gonna put this one on right now, and I'll show you. It fits really snugly around the wrist. One thing I really dislike about other gloves is it doesn't really fit too well. And eventually you're always like doing this or doing whatever you can to try to get a glove nice and snug. And that's probably my favorite feature about these. They also have a really nice grip right here. So you're not gonna be letting your camera go by accident. It's not gonna slip out of your hands. And another really nice feature is they're touch sensitive. So right here and here, you've got these touch pads that actually let you hold your phone, touch your camera. I use the touchscreen from time to time to move my focus points, especially if I set it up on a tripod. So just to manually click on it. These gloves are really nice, they're really key. I really recommend their gear. They're a family-owned company based out of Ontario, Canadian, which is great. And I really enjoy their products. So definitely do that. It's really nice to stay warm while you're out there, and being able to keep a grip on your camera is huge. The other thing that I really like is this backpack. So I have this Shimoda Action X50 backpack, which is really nice because it's really supportive. It's got a roll top entry, but after you roll it up, you can still have a zipper entry in here. It's a camera first bag. You've got this side zip available to be able to get your camera in and out of the elements quickly. And if you're the kind of person that doesn't like keeping your camera on your neck or on your shoulder, it fits in here really quite nicely. And then I'll show you too, the inside of the pack. It opens up just like that. Lay it down. I can have my R5 with any of these 3 lenses placed in sideways here, and that will fit right into the spot really nicely. My 70-200 will fit in here really nicely with the tripod shoe on, and either of my other 2 lenses will fit into this compartment. I've also made it so that way I could get a couple filters in here, extra batteries or what have you, really accessible. Otherwise, keeping it in this pocket here is really sweet too. My favorite thing about this backpack is I can place either this camera cube or a bigger camera cube for my 120-300 and my 2x extender, and still fit a surf wetsuit and my change poncho and bring this all down in a single pack. The inside isn't waterproof, so my wetsuit would be in a dry sack, but that aside, it's a really good backpack to have. There's nothing like a good backpack that's really nice and supportive, so get your hands on one. There are plenty out there. This is the Shimoda Action X50 again. If you guys really want to look into it, they've got a couple colors. None of this is sponsored, by the way. I'm just giving you my opinion on what I enjoy hiking with. And there you have it. These are my 3 favorite lenses to go hiking with. I think they're really key to be able to get all the images you want and still have a lot of play with what you're shooting. If you have any questions, please let me know. Shoot me a comment down below, and please subscribe if you enjoy the content. It's a Thing Imagery out.